Donald Trump is, as we said, preparing for a military parade through the streets of Washington, D.C., something we've never really seen in our country. It's more likely to be something you see on the streets of North Korea.
The issue of people saying, while we're going to have a parade for the president's birthday, that we're going to act as if it's a 250th anniversary parade. We all salute the 250th anniversary, but we don't salute this kind of show of power, military power, like we're some other kind of country, when you have people that are being violated of their civil and human rights.
Today, on his 79th birthday, Donald Trump threw himself a vanity-induced parade on what is the United States Army's 250th anniversary. Of the past 6 parades celebrating the military, all were for historic events like the end of World War II and President Kennedy's inauguration. Never for a birthday. While President Trump claims this isn't about him, it's a bit odd that all of the days we could have celebrated the military, we chose his birthday.
But there's actually a technical term for what is happening today, and it's not a parade. It's a show of force. And you could celebrate the Army with just some simple soldiers walking down Pennsylvania Avenue. You don't need the tanks. You don't need the Stryker vehicles. You don't need the artillery equipment. And who is the audience for that show of force? Certainly people will be viewing it globally, but also protesters, peaceful protesters, United States citizens, protesting, standing up for their constitutional rights throughout the nation. And that's the problem. Donald Trump doesn't look at the enemy abroad. He's looking at his political opponents here at home as his enemy.
But I'll tell you, sitting here as a veteran and watching this from a president who has occasionally praised and oftentimes denigrated the U.S. military, I'm just reminded by how out of touch this guy is. In his opening line of the speech, he talks about the U.S. Army being the fiercest fighting force the world has ever seen. Everyone knows that's the United States Marine Corps, so he's clearly out of touch.
So there's some politicization here, but it is not. It's not dark. It's not tense. It's not amped up. It's different. It's different from covering a Trump rally.
I was thinking about all of the events today, the assassinations, the parade, also the protests. And I feel like everything that we're watching in our country is increasing the tension and increasing the pressure. Like, it's starting to feel more and more like a pressure cooker. And
there's weakness in some way.
Exactly. It's a weakness. And we know that we have a president right now who's relishing being a strong man. Everything he wants to project is about toughness and strength and law and order. And what we're losing sight of is compassion and grace. And in these moments that we're finding ourselves in, it's becoming harder and harder for one national figure to emerge and say, everybody calm down, take a deep breath, and let's try to just kind of unplug for a moment. And it's hard because so much is at stake. And as I said, you don't want to come across as compromising values.